Think about the vastness of the night sky for a moment.
Billions of stars, trillions of planets, and a silence that feels almost heavy.
It's natural to ask, where is everyone? But maybe the question isn't where they are, but what they have become. Imagine a civilization so powerful they don't just live on a planet, they own their sun. Or a species so advanced they treat our entire universe like a high school science project. Today, we aren't just looking for aliens. We are ranking them. We are going to travel from our own world to the absolute limits of existence.
Right now, look at us. We have smartphones, space stations, and the internet.
We feel pretty advanced, don't we? But in the eyes of the universe, we are still at Type 0. A Type 0 civilization is one that gets its energy from dead things. We are still at the mercy of our own weather. We are terrified of volcanoes and haven't learned to live sustainably. According to the scale, we are actually around 0.7. But what happens when we grow up? That brings us to a Type 1 civilization. At this stage, a species has total control over its home planet. Imagine a world where there are no more natural disasters. We would harness every single ray of sunlight and every gust of wind.
Everything would be clean, and the planet would function as one single machine.
This is the point where we finally start to understand the Kardashev Scale. This is where the real journey begins. We transition from victims of nature to its masters. This is where we finally start to understand the full scale of our potential. Once a species outgrows its planet, they move toward the stars. Type 2, the stellar civilization. This is where things get truly massive in scale. A Type 2 civilization doesn't just use the sunlight that hits them. They want all of it. They might build a Dyson sphere, a giant shell that surrounds their star to capture its energy. If we reached Type 2, we would have billions of times more energy than we have today. We would be essentially immortal as a species. Energy would never be a constraint again. Even if a giant asteroid headed for Earth, we could vaporize the rock with a flicker of power. To a Type 2 civilization, the star is nothing more than a giant battery. At this level, we could simply move the planet if we needed to. The star is no longer something beyond our control. But why stop at one star when there are billions waiting in the dark? Type 3 is the galactic civilization. Imagine a species that has colonized our entire galaxy. They move between stars as easily as we move between rooms in a house. They might use black holes as power plants or build giant structures that span light years. To a Type 3 civilization, humans would look like ants, maybe even smaller. They have mastered the physics of our galaxy, controlling the very essence of matter. Their reach is so wide that they are effectively a single, unified organism spread across the stars. They are the ultimate masters of the local universe. But the scale goes further. Now, we leave the classic scale and move into the realm of purely theoretical beings. Type 4 is a universal civilization, a stage where one galaxy is simply not enough. At this stage, a species isn't limited to one galaxy. They have harnessed the entire universe. They might use dark energy or dark matter to travel faster than the speed of light.
They can manipulate the expansion of space itself, moving galaxies around like furniture. A Type 4 civilization could change the laws of physics in certain sectors of space. They are the architects of the cosmos. But then comes the jump to Type 5. Type 5, the multiversal civilization. This is where your mind might start to hurt.
They have realized our universe isn't the only one. They jump between different dimensions. If one universe is dying, they simply pack up and move to a younger, fresher one. They have access to an infinite number of timelines and have seen every version of history.
They exist in a state of being that we literally cannot find the words to describe.
Type 6, the creator level. This civilization doesn't just travel universes, they build them.
They can create a universe with its own set of physics, gravity, and life forms.
They exist outside of time and space. To them, time is not a line, it's a map. They are the ones who might have started our own Big Bang as a small experiment.
They can walk across time in any direction. They are the ultimate engineers of reality. Finally, we reach the peak, Type 7, the absolute limit of what is thinkable.
A Type 7 civilization is not just in the universe, they are the universe. This is a state of pure, infinite consciousness. There is no more need for technology.
At Type 7, the species and the fabric of all existence are one and the same.
They are everywhere and nowhere at once, a presence so vast and subtle it becomes indistinguishable from the space itself.
It's a long way from where we are today, sitting on our Type 0 planet, worrying about daily lives.
But looking at this scale reminds us that the potential for life is truly infinite. We are at the very beginning of a ladder that reaches the highest heights of the imagination.
It makes you wonder, if a Type 7 exists, are they watching us right now?
Are they waiting for us to take that first real step toward Type 1?
The universe is much bigger and much stranger than we can ever imagine.
If you enjoyed this journey, make sure to support the channel and hit that like button. Subscribe so you don't miss our future explorations into the unknown mysteries of space.
There are a billion stories out there in the dark, and we are going to tell them all. Right here on 1000 Times. Thank you for watching.